What's good, y'all? Suleiman here, wanting to talk about one of my favorite compound exercises, and that is our squats. Now, squats can be done in a couple different areas. You can do barbell, you can do goblet squats, you can also do barbell squats. And before you get into this movement, you're going to want to ensure that you check off a couple boxes. The first box that you're going to want to check off is that you want to have good range of motion and flexibility within the lower body. You're going to have good mobility within your hips and your ankles specifically, and you're going to want to have good flexibility within your quads and your hamstrings so that you can move in an effective way with this pattern. If you're tight anywhere, you're not going to be able to get the proper range of motion. You may start to fall forward, you may start to lean forward in your upper body, putting a lot of pressure on the knees and the lower back. So to help with the mobility, we can do some hip circles, we can do some ankle mobility drills as well, as you can see here in this video. And then for your flexibility, you can do some stretches, you can do some yoga, you can loosen up on a day-to-day basis, and that'll really help out with the quads and the hamstrings. But that's going to make sure again that you have good range of motion and mobility for this movement so that you can do it in a safe and an effective manner. The second box that you're going to want to check off is that you want to have a strong core. You want to ensure that you can support the weight that you're holding up. That's also going to make sure that you're not shifting forward, and again, also not leaning forward, putting pressure on the joints. And you won't get any lower back pain because your core will be able to support the weight, whether it's on your back or if you're holding at your chest with a goblet squat. So you could do planks, you could do dead bugs, you could do hollow body holds. I talked about those in a previous chin-up video. And then the third box that you're going to want to check off is that you want to make sure that your form is top tier, crisp, and perfect. So we're going to get into a couple form cues so that you can perform this movement with a lot of efficiency, very effective. So to start off, we want to make sure that our feet are about shoulder width apart. You're going to want to screw the heels or push the pinky toes to the side of your shoes. That's going to really create a lot of engagement within the lower body. And you're going to want to go chest up, really sitting your butt back, weight to the heels, and push through the heels to the top. If I turn to the side, same thing. Feet are shoulder width apart, get those tension points. Chest stays up, core is engaged, butt goes back, weight to the heels, and pushing straight up. And that's just going to make sure that you're targeting the right areas. You're keeping as much pressure off the joints, knees, and lower back as possible. And you're really performing this movement in a safe and effective manner. So just to recap real quick, we got 3 boxes that we're going to want to check off. 1, you want to make sure that you got good range of motion and flexibility within the lower body. Number 2, you're going to want to have a nice bulletproof, strong core. And number 3, you want to make sure that form is perfect. If your form is not good, you really want to make sure that you take a step back, maybe get some assistance. You can watch some videos, get some coaching. I'm here to help for anyone that's in Philadelphia, or with some online training as well as with some personal training. And then you also just want to practice, whether if you're doing some bodyweight squats, you can also do a couple different movements just to really make sure that you're doing a squat in a safe and effective manner. Once you get those tension points, once you're doing these without any pain or anything, then you can start adding more weight, focusing on more progressive overload so that you can get stronger within the lower body. But really dial in on the basics first, and that'll really take you a long way. So again, make sure you apply this information. That's just going to make sure that you're actually taking that step forward. Keep it simple, keep it basic, get some assistance if needed. If you need some help, you can shoot me a DM right here on Instagram or social media. You can also send me an email at suleiman@hoodhealersorganics.com. Here to help. But nonetheless, keep on growing, keep training, keep moving, stay healthy, and I will check you on the next one. Peace and love.